friends, and welcome to my crafting corner. My name is Maria and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you've been here before, I really appreciate your support and being my crafting buddy. And if this is your first time here, then I hope you really like this video. Today we're going to work with several different products from Stampin' Up! I have in mind this card that is called a theater card, and I found it on Pinterest. I will link down below the name of the lady I saw in YouTube that she kind of explained the whole process, so I will link that down below. I can't remember her name right now, but it will be down there. And I just fell in love with this card. It is one of those cards where you get this like wonderful pop-up hello setting. I don't know how to call it really. So I chose the Sunshine and Rainbows paper to work with it, and I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of it or you've known about it. It is from our Sale-A-Bration, which ends today. So if you have it, ends on February 28th. I'm not sure. I'll be posting this video later tonight. So let's say it ends on February 28th, and it's just such a beautiful, happy, bright paper. And I will be also using it's called Kite Delight, and it is from our annual catalog. So let me show you a little bit more about them. Let's go to the crafting table. Okay, here we are. So this is the Kite Delight. Craft Delight, really, Maria? And it just has several kites, and I think it's lovely. It'll be a lovely for a summer card. This is perfect for Independence Day. I just love the idea. And then we will be using the dies from the Rainbow of Happiness. These dies, these big dies. And we will be using, let me put it here because it's probably easier, these Sentiment. Finally, we will be using a couple of other dies, like a rectangle dies and the smallest die from our circle layer and circle dies. So I'm just popping up here so you know we'll be using dies. I'll probably just kind of update us as we go. We are going to need for this card, let me show you the pieces. So we need 4 pieces in cardstock. In my card, I chose the Pool Party, and these are going to be 5.5 by 4.25. Okay, we are going to be using 2 pieces of 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. But these are not necessarily the same designer series paper. So in my case, this would be for the front, and I have it here front, and this one will go in the back. We have another piece, oops, I'm trying to gather it, that is 5 3/8 by 3 7/8, and that's a little shorter, and I'll show you why in here. And finally, we'll have 2 pieces of, I lost the other one, of 1 1/4 by 3 7/8. And I'm pretty sure we'll work around it as we go. I have already die cut some of our pieces just to save some time. The card itself does not take time, but I want to be able to focus on giving those directions instead of just focusing on decorating the card. So I have used the cloud dies from our Give It a Whirl die, one of my favorite dies ever that Stampin' Up! Has come from, and I know I've made a couple cards before where you use them. It's just super useful. But all the dies that come within the die are amazing. And I already also have some other dies and some of the other stuff ready, so we can work just on the card, okay? So we are going to start with these 4 pieces. These 4 pieces, one would be the front, One would be the back, and two would be what we're going to call the curtains, okay? And these two that we're going to call the curtains, we are going to cut at the 4 1/4 sides, so on the short edge. Let me move this back here a little bit. We are going to cut a 1/4 of it, okay? So both of them, 1/4, and we'll need this piece later, so don't throw it away, and a 1/4. Move that back there, okay? So there we have that piece. Let's move that back in there. Let's go back to our front. So our front, this is our front. We are going to use, and this is the piece for the front. So I had chosen this piece. It is just cut 1/8 smaller. So let's go ahead and, it's not working. Oh, there it goes. Sometimes it likes to give you a scare, I guess. Okay, so we are going to put this one here, and really what we're going to do, and let me show you here in a second. Let's put this as straight as possible, however that looks like. We're going to use one of our layering dies. This is the one is, I think it's 3 inches. Oh no, it's 2 3/4 by 4 inches, if I'm not mistaken. That's the one we'll be using, and we're going to center it. We're going to use our wonderful Post-it tape. I absolutely love it. We're going to put this as straight as we can. I am always making sure to remind you that we are all human and it may not be as straight as we would love to. And we're going to use this other die in one side, okay? And now we're going to run it through our Stampin' Up! Die and cut machine. And I'm just bringing it here super quick so we can run this through. Okay. Oops. I always say this is my muscle in the arms exercise. So this is what we come to. Okay. We cut all around here. We made a window, and then we still need to cut, and let me just remove these real quick. We still need to cut the other half circle. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so now we're going to put this one, and I am just really eyeballing it. I am not going to tell you that I'm doing this like intense calculation of where these little last dot is going to go, and we're just going to run it through and go for it. Ooh, I love our die cut machine. Okay, let me move this out of the way. I don't think we're going to use it anymore, but there it goes. Okay, so now, and I'm saving my pieces, my Post-it pieces. We have our opening, so that is our first step. Let me move these into my die. This is my die recipient, so I don't lose it. I know for sure that I most of the time put everything there, and so they won't get lost. Very important, because I am not sure about you guys, but I do get a lot of my dies lost, and not lost, but kind of freaked out. And I just want to show you real quick our layering dies. So many dies that are included. This is another die. This is the I always forget their name, but the layering rectangle dies are awesome, perfect for some of these things. Okay, so we have the first stop, the first spot there. This is the front. don't let me forget that this is the front, girls, because it looks like I'm going to make a mistake here soon. So we have these bees. Now, like I mentioned before, these two pieces are the leftovers from the curtains, okay? And we need to paste this in here. And I have been trying to measure exactly what is the inch measurement, but I have not been able to be super lucky with it. Bottom line, this measures the regular 4, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this side measures 4 1/4, right? And so you want to calculate a little bit on each side. So if it's 4 1/4 and these is 5 1/2, I am thinking probably, I'm not really good at math, but probably like half an inch each side. But hey, that's why I mark them and make my life a little bit easier than just measuring. I know people like some measurements, but sometimes I just like to wing it the old way. So I am just marking this and there, and we are going to score these tiny pieces where we mark them. Okay, there it is, one and the other one. And I just want to finish these parts so we are ready with them and ready with the front piece. Okay, there's several steps to these card, but I really think that it's not complicated. It's just to follow the steps, and it's just such a beautiful card, and the options of to make this such a creative and gorgeous card are pretty much endless. I am not kidding about that. So we're going to fold those pieces where we scored them, of course, and I am going to use glue because I in spite of the fact that I am such a messy glue person, I know that it's so much forgiving when it comes to certain things that, you know, what can you do? Especially when you're messy like me, okay? So let's get that. We have one, and I just don't want to miss these little pieces, you know? I don't know about you, but my working space is always messy, and so I feel that all these tiny pieces I need to put them back where they are needed, so I don't lose them. Okay, so what we just created is the area where our card is going to move, and don't push your stuff while it's still wet. So we're going to give these a tiny bit to settle down. And now we are going to work with the curtains. Okay, so these are the curtains. These are the ones that we just cut 1/4 of an inch. And we are going to come to this place, and we are going to score them in half. So this is 5 1/2. We're going to score them at 2 3 quarters. That's the half, and then we're going to score that on in half. And I think that is, let me check my notes real quick so I don't lie to you. We're going to be scoring at 1 3/8. So 3/8 all the way. I'm really bad with this. Okay, 1 3/8. So really what you're doing is scoring the big piece in half, and then this piece in half. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my brain. Sometimes that's not enough, but we go back to the 2 3/4 and score that one. I made that score bad. I can tell. Can you tell? So let's try again. 2 3/4. There it is. Sorry. And I think it will be okay because this is part of the inside of the card. And then we'll go to 1 3/8. And it goes back again, 1 2 3/8. Okay, so we have our scoring done. Now, let's look at these. This piece goes in here technically. So maybe let me show you this. So we're going to fold this, and always use your bone folder to get a nice crisp. And we're going to fold it again. Both of them are mountain folds. And if you don't know what mountain means, it means like this. Mountain, that's a fold. And if we were folding this backwards, that would be belly fold. But both of them are mountain, okay? And then we have the other one, which is also mountain, of course, oops, and mountain. Nice crisp. We always like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a scene, and this goes in here, okay? And the scene we're going to be looking at like this, and we're going to decorate part of this front, and then this scene will be divided because these two pieces at some point will open up. I hope that makes a little bit sense. So I am using today, just so you guys know, some washi tape. I don't know if you see it. I got it at the dollar store like 500 years ago. And it has the princesses. And I'm like kind of a princess girl. So we're going to work with these pieces. Take into account that this will go in here, and so we're going to have these, but these is going to be cut in half, okay? And because I like matting, this is matted 1/8 of an inch, okay? And it seems to me that this is matted on the sides, but not on the horizontal. Am I right here? It looks like it. So let's cut that right away so it's not, let me make sure, because I have, see, because I was using the wrong piece. Here you go. This is the piece. So this is the piece that it measures 5 3/8 by 3 7/8, okay? And let's put it back in here, so we'll make sure that it is the piece we need, and it is. So we can see, I like things to be matted, and there's like some color here and there, and that's what we're getting here. So in the end, we're going to have to cut this in half. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold this. I know this is very not regular practice. And fold it real quick and just give it a quick pass with the score, so I sort of know where I will have to cut it eventually, right? So I know where the edge is, okay? And so my idea for this card is we're gonna have a sky with clouds, and ta-da, let me bring this. We're going to have some kites. Okay, so one of the kites is going to be here. I am hoping it is possible to have one of the kites in here too. You know, somewhere like this, mostly somewhere like that maybe, and the sentiment somewhere here, or maybe somewhere like that. I think I like that idea. And here is my sentiment, and I already have it stamped, and I just had a circle. It is a leftover from another card, by the way, and I'm just going to put this circle in here. So I think that this flying kite in here is probably a great idea, and that means then that we'll put our other flying kite, which is now gone, flying, I guess. We're going to put it, oh, here it is, sorry. We're going to put it on this. Let's see. So if this goes here, we can put this friend here and this friend here. Kind of like that. What you guys think? And what we'll use some of these leftovers, and I just noticed that I didn't cut these all the way. So all these are fussy cutted. They don't have, I don't think they have any dies. I'm pretty sure they don't have dies, and I think that I'm not sure if they by any chance may have a punch. I don't think so. So what we're going to do is we're going to create one here and then one here. Okay, something like that. And then, like I had told you initially, I have several clouds, and we're going to use them around whatever works simpler. Okay, something like that. So these will open. We'll have two kites, one that it's in the front. This would be the initial sentiment, and maybe this one can go here. Something along those lines, okay? I think I like it. Okay, so we are going to start gluing these pieces, and if you notice, this one has both ends. It's in both pieces, and I don't mind that because I like the idea of creating you know, the illusion that you're having that it belongs to one piece, right? So we're going to get our friend here, get that one there, flying kite, and oh, did I mention that paper has two sides? Yeah. I was having a class the other day, and by the way, I was just showing how beautiful our Calming Camellia is. I am just in love with that stamp. I cannot tell you how much I love it. It is part of our celebration. I know it's ending tonight, and tonight in my world is February 28th. But oh my goodness, is that such a lovely, lovely stamp set. So like we're going to work with getting these, and as you notice, and I am very feeling tempted. So I have these. I think I want to use this one instead. So we have like a pop-up of yellow. It's fighting me. And when you have a fighting thing, let's go ahead and use our take your pick tool. I am thinking I would like a pop of yellow around here. What you guys think? It's just to add some colors. It's just, if we have one color only, then of course it looks really good, but I think that because of what this card is, let me see, let's move these. Okay, don't laugh at me, I'm really bad at this, making your card, making your bow. Okay, so what we want to do is we go ahead, calculate it that way. Maybe that works better. What you guys think? I hope so. Let's cross our fingers, and we made it. Huh. Don't ever give up, peeps. Okay, so what we have, and I am just going to tie this around here super quick with a tiny bow, and I got these this thread from the paper pumpkin kit, an old paper pumpkin kit, and I just save all of that stuff because I know they're going to be super useful long term. So we are going to make a bow real quick. Let's see, that goes there, that goes there, and what we're going to do is we're going to move these backwards a little bit, okay? And I really would like this friend closer to our there it is. Okay, let me see this one. up here. There you go. I really would like it closer, not to the middle, but so I'm thinking I'm going to be moving this a little bit. And you're just playing here with tangle and tangle, okay? Okay. And so as you can tell, obviously, let me grab my sentiment here. I want my sentiment here, and I want this to stay right there. And so for that matter, I am going to use a glue dot. Glue dots are definitely a saving. A savior. So you put a glue dot there. Sorry about that. We are able to make this a little bit more like it. Let me drink some water. And I am gonna cut that one a little bit. And this one, not sure if you can see it, but it's a little frayed there, so I'm gonna cut it a little bit. And we're going to put this friending here, and we're going to mount it on dimensionals. And let me look for my dimensionals. Look at that. I have a brand new one that I got from one of the paper pumpkin kits. Yeah, I do collect them. I cannot, if I don't use it all, I collect them. Let me see, like there. Do you think? I think we need one more. Yeah. I have several, pages of paper pumpkin, of dimensional, because I do love them. And here is a little mistake. So let's always be mindful of where we need to cut this. Okay, there you go. So we cut it and it's off. And so it's not going to be in our way. So that is our front. And these bees, we had said that we wanted flying there. And I am going to go ahead and first, we're going to cut this real quick at that end. And this is going to come here. And we're going to glue it. And it's just that first piece, so we can glue a head in there. And this piece, which is flying technically, is going to go here. And so we are going to put glue just on that area that's going to be touching our paper, right? Our front. So that. And of course, we're going to put some extra glue here since we're able to, so it does not like struggle. There we go. So that is the front of our card. Okay, and now, so this piece that we've left for a little bit, this is how it's going to look in the end. Okay, let me put that back in there. Now I do want to create this for this one. So we have some interesting, but I'm not sure if I want it in that color. What do you guys think? Let's go with the blue. Okay. Okay. This is giving me a hard time, because why not? There we go. Nice. Okay, so we have these pieces. Now, as you remember, we have to cut this piece in half, and that's what we're going to do right now. Let me bring my trimmer real quick. Sometimes it gives me a hard time for some reason. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and trim this in half. And we are going to put this in these two pieces. So let me bring, these are the curtains. Remember, we call them like that. So one piece will go here, and the other one will go here. We need, so I calculated we are leaving 1/8 of matting around, but not on this side, because this is the side that will have to go like one with the other, and we need to make sure that they kind of match perfectly. Okay, so let's, and I am going to do this with glue. I always tell people glue is not my best friend, and that is a true statement, but in this case it always offers us some wiggle room, and I think that, you know, that is a good thing when you have some of these, when you're making some of these cards, so you make less mistakes. Okay, now if you see, this is, again, like I was telling earlier, this is the let me see, Sunshine and Rainbows. That's the color, that's the name of the paper, and it's just such a beautiful paper. Okay, I have a lot of leftover glue in here. I don't know if you see it. So I am just taking a really old rag that I always have around in my studio. So when you make a mess, guess what? It's going to work just fine. And this is the part where we're going to go. So we have all these pieces together. Let's work now with back. Okay, so this is the back piece. So remember, we had 4 pieces, which is pretty much, let me get, I don't think I have an 8x4. Okay, let me have a white piece. So what we did to get these 4 pieces were just a regular 8.5 by 11 piece, and we cut it in 4ths. Super simple, right? And so we have our 4th, let me close this, our 4th the spot here. We are going to use the same paper, just because our focus is going to be always, or in this case is going to be other pieces. And so let's go ahead and put this piece in here. And of course you can try to wiggle these in a way that is, you know, because let me show you one thing. What's going to happen is that this area here, these 2 pieces, these last 2 pieces, were going to be glued in here. So do you really need this here? I don't think so. You can probably cut it. I just think it gives a much more of a uniform look. That's me. So I don't know, but that's me. And so our goal here is to put, so I have already die cut these pieces from our not show you that one, from this die cut that comes into that Rainbow of Happiness set. And really I have been doing a little bit of these cards, or using cards, these die, and so I have leftovers of leftovers. And I am absolutely sure that I need to use them. So my thought is we're going to have, and we're probably going to have to cut this a little bit here and there. We're going to have, this is our rainbow. Okay, and like I said, we're probably going to have to cut this a little bit, but we're going to put it there. I'll cut this, I think, here, because we're going to put a couple of clouds in here, so that you know, kind of the rainbow at the end. So let's try to do that. I'm just trying to figure out how to do that the best way. Okay, let's go back here. So let me tell you guys, my what's this, my washi tape from the dollar store, not super tapey. Okay, so the goal is that our rainbow is going to be here. And I am very aware that these will be covered, right? Let me see. These will be covered. So we'll see just some pieces of it, not all of it. And that is one of the reasons why we're going to put our sentiment last, because I found out, ask me why, that if you don't do it last, you're most likely going to misplace it. It happens. I can tell you how it happened. I made a beautiful card, which I'm going to show you here soon. Also, just my first practice card. And yeah, it was one of those things. Okay, so I don't think I need to cut it too much. Let's see. Okay, there we go. We have them. We got them. Let's isn't that funny when your fingers are sticky? Stingers are thicker. I don't know what I'm saying now. Okay, so let me grab this real quick. So I know that this is going to go here, more or less, and I'll show you one thing here in a minute. So I want them there. I want them inside that piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little mark here so I know where these need to go. And I am able to glue them in the right piece, in the right place. Okay. And like I said, let's glue this. I was thinking of getting really fancy and doing like a checker card too in the process, and I thought that was such a good idea. But then reality hit me, and I'm like, yeah, no, let's not get too excited, Maria. Don't get too crazy thinking of all the things you can make if it's just gonna be too complicated and not what you want, really. So I'm trying to leave a little bit of space between one and the other. Okay. And we just calculate them. The important piece is for these, and I am going to move these a little bit there to kind of all be on the same spot here. That is the main, that's why we made that one, because what we want is for it to be underneath that. Okay, I'm seeing here, I don't know if you see it, but it is not going my way, which, how does that happen? And that's when you take your pick as your friend. Let's try to see if we have some wiggle room here and some here. Let's see. Yep, I can't move that one. I'm going to leave it as is. I figured that with our clouds in here, we're going to make a big, that shouldn't be a big difference. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in there, trying to give it to that area. Trust me, you will not be able to see this. But I do want, and I cut several clouds, by the way, with that in mind, right? Trying to figure out how are we going to make this in a way. You know what I want to do? I want to try to cut this a little bit more, and I think I still can. Okay, there's one, and let's see if we're able to cut this one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's see. We are going to put this friend, nope, in here, just like that. And we're going to build the clouds up on cloud. And we have several clouds, and that was the whole goal, right? the whole goal was to make clouds upon clouds upon clouds. So that means we're going to put this one on dimensionals. Let's go ahead and, because what we're doing is trying to make sure that those are not in the way, that we can see them clearly. Again, sort of like that. And we're going to use this beautiful one here on dimensionals. I am getting the wrong dimensional. So it has some pop. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, today I am not being super successful, but if we put this one here, do you see how much it covers all of our mistakes? And I know that I always say, you know, and I really mean it, that our mistakes are mistakes and it's fine, because these are handmade cards and we make them with a lot of love. And those who received it, I am pretty sure are aware of how much love and how much time we put into this process. The next step, what I want to do here is make sure that we put these together, and we're going to make a little bit of a mark, okay? Because that is where we are going to glue our cards. And I think that one is a little bit off. So maybe a little bit there. Okay, so following those little leads that we just created, we're going to glue this part of the card. So since we have those there, we're going to make sure that this aligns with the edge, right? I'm making sure I'm actually doing that, and we press. And before I forget, we are going to put this in here, these sides, and I think I showed you before, these are 1/4 by 1 1/4, this is wrong, by 3 7/8. And these are just matte here, and we're going to add some happiness to that card and that edge. And we have the one, and we're going to go with the second one. And you know what, let me adhere these before. Okay, let's have this. And so again, nope, I just got my finger really messy. Fold it without getting your fingers messy, hopefully, and align. I would like actually align here, but be mindful that this is aligning as well. Okay, there you go. Okay, and guess what, guys, that is pretty much it. Did you see this? The magic happening. So we need to think of a cute, let me look for the front. You know what, I just lost the front. Oh, here's the front. So here's the front, and it says a little something to brighten your day. So I have not thought about what we want to put in here, which is not cool. And I don't know what we are going to put there. Let me think. I think we're going to, I don't know, let me think. Let's make it a birthday card. And so I have a happy birthday from our sweet treats. This was from the mini catalog, but happy birthday. And I think what I am hoping that we can put this happy birthday in this cloud, and we'll put this cloud somewhere there. How about that? Okay, let me find our, and I think I'm gonna use green, Granny Apple Green, which is the matching color for this set. I'm gonna try this here. This is the first time I use this, and so I always try in my grid paper. One of the best things you can get out there is that grid paper. I think we can make it, people. Haha! I'm so happy that that worked. Okay, let's see. Let's put this away because the last thing we want is for these two damaged or ruined our. And we're going to put it there. Oh my god, I love it. What do you guys think? I think that is such a great card all together. Okay, my fingers are so sticky. Our multi-liquid glue from Tumbo, oh my goodness, is the stickiest of the sticky. So like my hands are super sticky already. So anyways, let's work on this super quick, and we're going to put it right there. And it has to be somewhere in the middle because don't forget that we have these in here, and when this opens it needs some assist. It won't just like, you won't be able to look up high, and I'll show you how I found out here in a minute. So remember our two spots in here, and that's why this is a little loose. We are going to get this through here. Okay, maybe that was not such a great idea. Who knows? We'll see if it works. And if it doesn't work, we'll take it off and just make a little bow. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's move these there. And that is, so one of the reasons why we cut the curtains a little bit is so that they do not get stuck in these it's not stopper, I don't know how to call it, the way they go through. Okay, so I got too excited with these. We are going to have to eliminate it, but that's fine. We'll figure out something cool to make here soon. Okay, there we go. Man, it took me forever and a day. Thankfully, we'll be able to do something with that. I'm pretty sure of that. Oh my goodness. I swear to God, it's not this complicated. I'm not sure why I am so complicated. And now we'll get the next piece underneath too. Okay, that was a little glued. Okay, so that's what we have. Let me figure out how we're going to fix this. And we are obviously going to cut and cut, and now we have a very happy bow, I guess. Okay, like that. And so, are you ready for the magic? You open it up, oops, and that's your part. And so you can obviously stand it up. It's being a little naughty here, but it looks like that. It's not straight, it looks awful, but it looks beautiful from here. Such a happy birthday card. In hindsight, I think I should have been able to put this one a little lower so we could see it when we open it, but we have a glimpse. And you know what? I have another little cloud here, and let's put that one in there. Right, so it just, there's something else in there. I don't know, I don't want to cut everything, but we're going to do it this way and then we'll cut. Okay, there you go. And of course, nothing is perfect without some bling bling bling. I'm just wondering what I want to use. See, we have these. I don't know if you guys have seen the new, they're called Wave Basic Jewels. I don't know if you've seen them. They are from a new collection. Probably you've seen them from another demonstrators. Oh my God, aren't these the most beautiful gems ever in the world of ever? And I think we can probably use a little bit of pop with this one there. And I want to say one middle one, maybe here. How about that? And maybe a tiny one, like maybe there, kind of setting. And I am very inclined to put one in the back. What do you guys think? And I am thinking, because the back is a little, washed out in there, I want